Dude, I remember one night, though, that was really weird. So we were over at his house playing poker on this is back when you could legally play money stakes online in Washington.
Okay.
Right? So we're playing poker over at his house. I bought in for like, I don't know, a couple $100. Ran it up to like $600, $700.
Damn,
right? Well, I ended up running it up to like $600 or $700. And we sent Jesse to go get, Jesse was his girlfriend's brother. We sent him to go get, or he said he was going to go get some beer. And it's like, Jesse, first off, you're not even 21. Second, I don't know what time it is. None of us do. We don't know what time. So who knows if that's going to be
Jesse wanted some fucking beer,
Yeah,
dude.
so Jesse leaves and fucking, I've told this story on here before. But Jesse leaves, and then, like, I don't know how long later, but hours later, Jake gets a phone call. Jake answers the phone. It's like, dude, it's the cops. I'm like, I just look at him like, dude, the cops don't fucking call you. He's like, yeah, you're right. The cops don't call you. He's like, fuck you, pig, and hangs up the phone. 5 minutes later, a knock at the door. Oh. And Jake's like, who the fuck would that be? I was like, it's probably Jesse.
Cops don't knock on the door.
It's probably I'm like, it's probably Jesse. And he fucking goes up, opens the door. He's like, dude, it's the cops. And I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, he's like, he talks to the cops, and he's like, I just hear him in the background, dude, I am so sorry for saying this. It's like, I didn't think you guys would call. I thought you guys would just kind of show up and then, like, drop him off. Like, that's the case. I guess Jesse had gone down, found out that the store was closed, started walking back, and then just fell asleep on the side of the street.
Oh,
like,
you got tired.
Like on the gutter side. Like not the sidewalk, but like gutter side where people could hit him.
Goodness sakes.
And yeah, it was fucking wild. And then I remember me and Jake were like, well, we'll go get beer. Because we still didn't know what time it was. We didn't know that that's why, you know, like Jesse was so out of it when he came back. We come back, and that $700 that I thought I had when I got back, it was like $2. And I'm like, how the fuck did that happen? Did Jesse play this? None of us know. We don't know where the money went. It was so weird. It was like time traveling, and then finding out you did something in between. So it could have been because we were drunk.
They weren't really
Had
cops.
a hangover kind of.
Yeah, they weren't cops. They were just coming in to steal our
yeah.
money off
They
the
were
bank account.
cyber thieves.
Yeah,
at your door.
He's like,
posing
right,
as
Thieves
cops.
from the
I know
future.
how we can get these guys. I know where they live. We followed their IP address.
Yep.
And then he fucking comes over. He's like,
I've
I'm gonna bet all in on bad hands. You just call.
Yeah.
Look, I've looked in the history books. This guy's got $700 on him at this point
like,
in time at
Look,
this place.
I would just, I guess, sit in the background, golf clap. Good job, man. You went through all that effort for a couple $100, man.
That would be pretty frustrating, though.
It's yours.
Yeah.
All that stuff missing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no. When I came back, I was like, Jake, did we bet or something? Like,
You didn't react more than that, though? I mean, you didn't
I
find
was
out.
so wasted. Dude.
I was going to say, because, yeah, I mean, if you
I
found
was
out
just,
you
lot of
none of
money.
us had any fucking idea where the fuck it went. Now, granted, I only bought in for like $200. So, I mean, yes, I lost $200 that night, but no idea where any of the money went.
Holy shit.
We didn't know. We're like, what happened? I even hit a royal flush that night.
Were we
Dude, that was
abducted
a
by
crazy thing.
aliens and they took all of our cash?
We don't know. It's the same fucking gutter that got Jesse is what got us.
That's bizarre. That's bizarre.
It was so weird fucking
Yeah,
having that.
I'd have been livid had it been me, but
Yeah.
that's
yeah,
me.
no,
Well, that
I
wasn't
would've
the
been
only
pissed.
weird poker night with Jake. There was one night we were drinking over at a
The ones that,
friend's house.
the one that didn't involve pants.
Yeah, no, none of them involved pants, Tim.
of course.
There's no pants anywhere.
No
Those
pants
are-
party.
Those are the best nights.
Not a pantaloon in sight.
Not a single sleeve.
No, but we were playing just a little home game, a real cheap home game, right? And Jake's like, "Oh, you know, I'm not, I don't have any money, so I'll just deal the whole night." I'm like, "Okay, no problem." I ended up cashing out, you know, making most of the money on the table, right?
Okay.
Go to leave. Jake fucking tells me, he's like, "Dude, I've been cheating the whole time for you." I'm like, "What the fuck? Why would you do that? It's a $20 buy-in." I think he told me because he
Fucking rounders all
I
over.
know, right?
Yeah, I'm like,
Dealing from the bottom of the deck.
I'm like, "Thanks, worm." Do you owe grandma something? John Malkovich walks in, like, "Oh shit!"
Pinky Miss money.
But yeah, he tells me that, and I think he tells me because he wants me to give him money, and I'm like, "No, your punishment is you don't get any. This is don't ever fucking do that
It's
again."
like I want my
And I was
cut.
like, first off, two of the guys in that room would have beat the shit out of you for that. And then probably tried to fight me over it too because
They thought you would be in on it.
thinking that I'm in on it. I'm like, I'm not in on this at all. I don't want it. That's not how I want to win. You know? But
You
no,
gotta be pretty good though to know how to like slip cards. And shit like
apparently, I don't know. Jake did magic tricks and shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so
he legitimately knew how to do some of that
So
stuff. I've seen him
my
do it.
guess is that he knew card tricks, and he knew like he was like, yeah, remember that Full House I did? I'm like, no, why would you do that?
That's pretty cool.
But
Yeah.
he was fucking like I don't know if he was base dealing or if he was
I don't
fucking
know.
doing
I've
something else where he was.
I've seen him do stuff like that before.
So I'm wondering if maybe I still don't know how he did it.
I don't know how he did it either.
And the thing is, it's like I didn't want you to do that either. Like, don't fucking do that. I play the game because it's a fun strategy game that involves money.
And you felt really good about it, and then crushed it.
Yeah, I was
Yep,
completely
yep.
crushed. When,
Oh,
when
I'm
he
no
told me that.
good.
Fuck, you mean
I-
this has nothing to do with my
I
skills?
was like, dude, I probably could have made at least half of that otherwise. But, you know, and it was one of those nights where it was literally, we're playing $20.
Yeah, it's just a game between friends kind of
You
thing.
know, there's like
Yeah.
5 of us in the game. There's like $100 total on the table. And all he saw was 20 sec. 20 sec. 20 sec.
That's how I would
20
see it.
sec. That's what he
Yeah.
saw.
It's fucking weed,
He's like,
dude.
we could go buy weed. And I'm like, we?
Yeah,
We cannot do that.
we get high, dude.
Well, I tested him once, right? And his dad even knew what I was doing. So this is back when I was smoking weed, and I ended up saying, "Hey, I'm gonna leave my weed here. Just make sure don't smoke any of it, and then in the morning I'll come over. We'll smoke weed." Because I had a couple nugs or whatever at home, right? So I come back and I'm like, "Did you smoke any of it?" And he's like, "Well, I mean, just a little bit." I'm like, what did I tell you, dude? Just don't fucking smoke it. We'll smoke it in the morning. And his dad came in and he's like, I told you. I fucking told you. I fucking told you. I told you that. And I told you it was a test between friends. Told you. And he just like kept saying that shit over and over and over. I was like,
Dad's high as a kite. What'd I say, man? What'd I
Walked out
say?
of the smoky room.
I told you, man. I fucking told
I
you.
told you shouldn't have offered me weed.
You're a terrible friend, but a great son.
Well, technically, he's the one failing the test, not me.
Yeah, but I don't even think his dad smoked weed.
I remember that
really.
Yeah, no, he wasn't like
He
a
was.
big pot
He
smoker.
did, the other stuff.
We were smoking pot. My buddy Mark and I were smoking pot in his room, and we had a hint that his dad smoked weed, but we didn't. I mean, Mark never jumped on that. He's like, "Dude, if your dad smokes weed, go smoke weed with your dad. It'd be fucking awesome."
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, I don't think he does, dude.
Well,
I
the
don't think
weird
he
thing
does.
is
He's
you
just too
get that-
paranoid about it."
You get that thought in your head because this is how it goes. It's either they smoke weed and they're so against you smoking weed that they will fucking beat the
Yeah,
shit out of
Yeah,
you.
exactly.
Or they're super cool and they're like, yeah, let's do
Yeah,
this.
I think that's what his fear was.
He
It's
was
like,
too
he didn't
afraid
wanna
to
get
take the
in trouble.
chance. Yeah.
But I mean, this had gone on for a couple years, So I've known Mark for a long time, a couple years. And one day we're sitting there smoking weed in his room, as we always do, playing. I don't know. I think we were playing ATX Fury on the PlayStation.
That's a
or something
good
like
fucking
that.
Yeah, it's a good game. I remember
And his mom was gone.
made it for PlayStation
His dad was
4
in the
too.
other room with
Did
his.
they?
His dad was in the other room watching TV, and then I go out, use the bathroom, come back. His dad comes in and says something to Mark, and then leaves. And Mark's like, "Fuck, dude, I think he knows." He's like, "What?" He's like, "Dude, it smells like weed in here." He's like, "Oh shit." And then his dad comes back a little later. He's like, "All right, where is it?" And Mark turned fucking ghost white. He's like, "Where's what?" He's like, "Where is it? I can smell it. Where is it?" And I'm like, I look at Mark because I got the weed. I'm like, "Dude," Mark's like, don't, dude, don't." And I pull the weed out of my pocket. It's like, "This?" He's like, "Yeah, let me see it." And he takes it, smells it. He's like, "Oh, that's some blonde shit." And he pulls out his, and we mashed bowls.
All right.
Well, that's the
And
thing.
then after
And
that, we smoked weed with him all the fucking time.
Fucking
it was
A,
so
man.
fucking
But that's
cool.
the
The
thing.
guy's a welder. He's just
I-
amazing.
I
Guy.
Badass.
100% understand that kid's fear, though.
I
Yeah,
do
he was
too.
ghost
I get it.
white. I'd
I
never
get
seen
it
him
because
scared.
I've known the parents that were potheads that were like anti fucking pot
Yes.
to their kids,
I've known
and I've
them
known
too.
the other version too, where they're like, no,
I think for him, it was probably an age thing. I think his dad didn't want him smoking weed so young.
yeah.
Yeah.
But this was when we were like 14 or 15.
Well, and
when
Yeah,
we
you're
were
never
realistically-
sure what you can
16,
kind of
yeah.
get away with.
But
or not,
realistically, even like studies have shown that age is a terrible age to smoke weed. That's when I started.
There
right?
is
That's
no
when
good
I
age
was-
to
No,
start
no,
smoking weed,
that's
really.
not
But that's
entirely true.
development. That's training development.
They say that if you smoke it after your brain fully develops by the age of like 25, 24, right in that range, you're fine.
Oh.
You're fine. Now,
Oh,
now
yeah.
the newest studies that are saying that there might be some detrimental side effects in your like 50s and 60s, but in between that time frame, it's like nothing really.
Smoke it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, live it up. I got it.
But yeah, they're saying 14. But yeah, I smoked it at 14, and then I quit. I smoked for like 2 months in high school, quit, and then smoked from the time I was like 21 to like 24, something like that. Because I was like, oh, alcohol's legal. That's not fun anymore. And then I quit, and then I was like, let's smoke a bowl. So
Yeah, it's a good substitute for alcohol.
yeah,
A better
Yeah,
substitute,
I think it's way
personally.
better.
It's
for
a hell of a lot safer.
you. Yeah,
Yeah.
way safer. I mean,
Well,
what,
that- you-
you
everyone-
drive slower?
Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone knows the fucking age-old stories. Like you don't go home and beat your wife
Right.
when you're
Nobody's
high.
No,
OD'd on weed before.
No, the guys that go home and beat their wife that are high on weed were beating their wife anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no shit.
They were already doing that. Any of the people that were already aggressive that smoked weed and they say, well, it makes you aggressive. No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Aggressive
It
people
mellows
are
you the
ju-
fuck out.
Yeah,
Fuck it
aggressive
does.
people will just be slightly less aggressive.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and that's all it is. It's
The
but
worst
for the
thing that's going to happen is you're going to eat too much food.
Yeah, no,
That's it.
I've done that. I remember
Me
me and my
too.
friend Adam would order a pizza at his apartment, and then just eat a full pizza.
Giggling the whole time.
yeah,
Just-
yeah.
Yeah, eat a full
Fuck,
fucking
dude.
stuffed crust pizza.
Fuck yeah,
At the
dude.
age of like 21, 22.
Goddamn
And then
right.
play hockey on his fucking
Yeah.
on his PlayStation.
Not hurting nobody.
Then
Yeah.
you go to the skate park later, stuff
Yes.
like that. Yeah.
And that's that. I mean, that's how I knew him was from skateboarding.
Yeah.
His brother stole my skateboard.
Those are good fucking nights, man.
His